This is a Global Digest, and we are podcasting global issue from around the world. Before we further discussion, why don't you introduce yourself to our audience? Where are you right now? What is your background? Please, Inga.
Yes, I'm in Liechtenstein right now. I'm a security risk officer of Foxpedition. I was a police officer before for 10 years in Germany, and by being on a trip to South America, I saw how wrong you can do your travels, how uninformed people sometimes travel, and how dangerous the situations are that people get in. So I wanted to give my experience to other people and make them having safer travels.
So you are German or Dutch or Swiss? Which citizen?
I'm from Germany, but we worked and lived in Switzerland quite a long time, and now we're in Liechtenstein.
So right now you are running your own company, right? Security risk.
Exactly.
So what kind of service your company are providing? What kind of safety?
We do risk management. So when someone says, okay, I want to go abroad, or I want to send my employees abroad, then we look at the risk which can occur. So we look at the nature hazards, for example. We look at the criminal statistics, and other aspects, also cultural differences, which can be very dangerous if you disrespect them. And then we put it all together in like a risk matrix. And with this risk matrix, we work out how to teach people about these risks. And of course, what measurements we need for this. Then we put up a security concept. And we try to make it as easy as possible, as understandable as possible. Because we also noticed that, especially in security situations or in security in the security branch and industry, they try to make it as complicated as possible, that you seem super smart, but that's not what people can use, and they have to work with the concept you provide them. And if they get the concept and they are taught, then we also provide like a hotline that they can call us 24/7 if something goes wrong. And of course, we have a medical concept and the evacuation concept. So if something goes wrong, that we can get them out of the country, or at least out of the danger zone.
Yeah, you're operating only in Europe, or it's beyond Europe? Can you reach out in Asia or Africa or America?
Yes.
How far you can reach out?
You can reach out wherever you are. So we work globally.
Really?
And yes, we have contacts all over the world. And if we don't have contacts yet, we know how to establish serious contacts. So yeah, you can reach us everywhere you are.
If somebody travel to North Korea, or somebody travel to the Iran, or to Argentina,
of course,
you still can able to provide service?
Yes, especially in South America, because we've been there and we lived there for half a year. We kind of know the situation, or we have contacts there. For North Korea and Iran, we would need a little bit more time to establish contacts, right? And but the progress is more or less the same all over the world. And I think we need more or less 2 weeks for all of this, like for the risk management, for the security concept. If you call us like, okay, I'm leaving tomorrow, might be a little bit more difficult to get a real good concept to make it real safe. But of course, we always try our best. If someone calls us like, I need to leave now, then of course we still try to do our best to make the travel as safe as possible.
So have you ever been to Asia?
We've been to Nepal. It was in 2017. It was way before all of this. I have a security company thing. It was an amazing trip. We hiked the Himalaya for 10 days. And yeah, we went to Annapurna base camp, and yeah, it was really interesting, especially because the culture is so different from what I know. And yeah, I really loved it. I really want to go back. And in winter we fly to Thailand, and hopefully we can travel around a bit. So maybe also to Myanmar or Cambodia. Let's see.
Right. We need such kind of a good service. It's very interesting, your program, but I confused with travel insurance. It's similarity or what are differences with travel insurance? Because travel insurance also cover a lot of,
Mhm.
guarantee and safety if accident or something.
Yes.
How's your program? Is same with travel insurance?
We work together with travel insurance. Yeah, because what we do is more like prevention. So we try to teach the people as much as possible that nothing happens. But of course, if something happens, they still need a travel insurance, because I cannot say, hey, our concept is like 100% yeah, secure. That's just not possible. You just cannot say it. It would be very unserious to say, hey, with this concept, you're 100% sure nothing will happen to you. So of course, if you travel to a country, I have a travel insurance. I think everybody would need the travel insurance. Yeah, but if you say I'm going somewhere, then we can also make contact to a travel insurance for you or for the travelers who want to go. So I think it's a really important part of safety and security abroad.
So you did not guarantee for like travel insurance. You just a kind of counseling.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. I think the prevention is something most people forget, because they say, hey, I have a travel insurance. If something happens, yeah, then I can call someone and everything is good. Yeah, but you still need to do all of this. Still need to know which side of the road you're driving. For example, if you're driving a car, you still need to know what are the cultural differences. What can I do? What can't I do? What are the illnesses which are there, which I might not know in my home country? So all of this is still very important part, because even if you break your leg and you have a travel insurance, do you know, can they get you out of there? Do you know when to call them? Can you call them at midnight? And that's all things you don't know about your travel insurance. But of course, still if you need to go to hospital, someone needs to pay for this, and it's better with a travel insurance for sure.
So you open for 24-hour hotline, right?
Yes.
So at least people can access hotline.
Yes. Yes. That's one.
Communicate.
It's one of.
Your
Yes. It's one of. Yeah. Yeah, it's one of our services, because we also noticed that especially in the industry background, yeah, if you try to call someone on Saturday evening, of course no one will pick up, because it's Saturday evening and all the offices are closed. So but there are some incidents which cannot wait for 48 hours till you're back in the office. So that's why we said, okay, if we provide our service, then this 24/7 hotline is a must, so that people can call us whenever they want or they need to, and we can try to get them some help.
Travel insurance, they charge approximately, I think, for 7 days, maybe $50, or I mean, case by case. It depends on different insurance. I don't know your service. Did you charge, and how much service fee you charge?
Yeah, it really depends what the client wants. If he wants the full package, where we say, okay, we need to work both for 2 weeks on the risk management, on the security concept, etc. Yeah, it also depends on the country, but we charge between 8 and 16,000 euros, and of course, then the hotline. Yes, per package. Like I said, it depends on the country. It depends how often the client wants to go, because we don't. If he says, okay, I need to go every 2 weeks to Myanmar, of course we then charge like every 2 weeks this amount. But it's the one price. And of course, if we have to work ourselves then on site, for example, if the client says, okay, I want you to come with me, or I want this hotline, then we charge a little bit more, of course, because we still have to work. But it really depends on the background. For example, for NGOs, we do a little bit, we charge a little bit less because it's an NGO and they might not have as much as someone is in the industry. So yeah, we negotiate a lot and we try to make it as comfortable and as suitable for the client as possible. But of course, it's our work. We live from it. We cannot just live from air, and the love the client give us. So yeah, of course, we need to charge.
Travel insurance, everybody has to have insurance. Instead of they going to do separately, we can also ask you, including travel insurance and your service together. Is possible?
Yes, sure. I mean, I also use a travel insurance, so I'm in good contact with them because I also use their services. So we can. I think our package always comes with travel insurance. Of course, if you say I don't want the travel insurance at all for whatever reason, then we can exclude it. But I think you should have it, or everybody who travels should have it. And of course, we can provide them with a travel insurance as well.
In your travel insurance company, how much they charge for a weeks or example?
That's a good question. I think the health insurance I have right now, they charge 250 per month, euros, 250 euros per month. But also it depends on the country. We're, for example, in second class right now. So USA, for example, is excluded right now. And so it really also depends on the countries and of course how long you want to go. For me, it's like I have it the whole year. I'm like 250 for the health insurance. And if you want like an evacuation insurance as well, of course, it's a little bit more. If you want to go to the USA, which is a very expensive country, then it's a little bit more. And but this is around about 250 per month.
The travel insurance usually include health insurance, right?
Yes, I would say health insurance and also evacuation. Especially if you go, for example, when we went to Nepal for hiking, I think it's really important to have a evacuation insurance as well, that people can pick you up there and bring you home. And this is medical evacuation. And if you want to travel for whatever reason to Sudan, for example, right now, you also would need an evacuation insurance, which is not medical, but really if the conflict goes down and you have or want to leave the country, then you also need another insurance. So these three parts.
So you did service counseling for any accident. What about in case of flight problem, flight ticket problem or flight service problem? The passenger has difficult to, maybe they lost ticket, or how you can do?
Of course, there are insurances. I personally don't have it. Of course, it depends on how expensive also the flights are you have.
Lost ticket or flight ticket issue problem is part of travel insurance.
I think that you have to book it externally. So, but normally every travel or every flight you book comes with this insurance if you want it. I personally never had it because especially in Europe, there's a law. If the travel company cancels your flight, they have to give you back the money, and normally this happens. So I personally never had like a flight insurance or something. Yeah, but of course it depends on which class you fly. If you fly always first class and you pay a lot of money for your flight, maybe it's better to have it. But I personally never needed it because I think the laws are quite good that they the travel companies cannot scam you or just not provide the service you paid for. So
if they don't want to pay back ticket fee, can you help, or can you do counseling how to get back the money?
yes. Yeah, I personally did it a lot because we travel more or less constantly. Of course, there's sometimes issues. So there are also very good apps you can just download and make your complaint there. So yeah, I'm not a lawyer, but I kind of know how to write the email or how to write the complaint to get your money back. And yeah, if you don't get it back for whatever reason, of course you need a lawyer then. But normally, normal formula or normal email is enough to get your money back.
Last time, one passenger they pay for extra money because of the plane schedule change, and they charge extra money, and also COVID issue, it was delayed, and the airplane company, they have to reimburse, we pay back all the expenses because of the arrangement, but they did not get back, even though they emailed to the company.
Yeah.
What kind of service, how can you do it?
Yeah, that's not really my business. So I think for this you need a lawyer who knows all the law around it. We also had issues by COVID where they didn't give us back the money. So yeah, for this I really would recommend a lawyer. Who does it for a living.
I mean,
So.
lawyer fee will be so expensive, again.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's why I also didn't get all my money back from this COVID canceled flight, because the charges for a lawyer are way more than I would have gotten back. So yeah.
Do you have any connection with lawyer, or a kind of free lawyer? Is there any kind of such thing? If you do such kind of service, people can use them,
Yes. Yeah, we have contacts to lawyers as well. Yeah, that's the thing, especially for flights, which are maybe not as expensive. It is not worth it. But if you say, okay, I really want to get a lawyer right now, we can also provide this.
And what about insurance? If they have problem with the travel schedule, they can cancel and they can return back the money, like travel insurance.
Yeah, it really depends on the insurance. So because there are insurance which say, okay, if you're falling sick or something, then you can get back the money. But just if you say my travel plans change, there might be insurance for that. But yeah, I never got something like that. But if you say I want all of these services, of course, we can arrange something. Sorry?
There should be a reason to get back money. You should able to say the reason, right?
Yeah. It really depends on the insurance you had. Like I said, I never had it because I don't know, I was never sick, or my travel plans don't really change, so I don't really need it. But of course, if you say I want this service, and it's also a personal feeling. If you say, hey, I feel safer by having this insurance, we can also provide this. So I think it's a lot of personal feeling about it. For me, health insurance is the most important, and evacuation insurance, and the others are personal.
Case, right? What about visa case? Have you ever deal with visa issue?
When we traveled to South America, we wanted to stay a little bit longer. So we got the cédula from Paraguay. So it's like a piece of paper that you can stay longer in the country, or as long as you want to, and you can have a residence and buy a home and work. And they in the internet they always advertise like, hey, you can get it in 1 week and you don't even have to be in the country. But for me it sounds like a scam, because for us it took I think 7 months to get all the paperwork done. we had to travel several times into the country to take photos, for example. We needed to go to the police to get the fingerprints. And yeah, so I personally, if I see something in the internet like, oh, you can get your residency here in like 2 days, you don't even have to come here, I think it's more scam than a real thing. And yeah, also I needed a work visa for Namibia because I worked in Namibia the last 2 months. And yeah, they said 2 weeks are enough. And I think it took 5 weeks in the end. So if you say you need a visa or something, you always need to schedule way more time than you think you need.
Yes, usually they delay, right?
Yes, yes.
And sometimes there is a corruption or
we would try in this case, we would try to make good contacts inside the country, maybe to the council or to a good lawyer there. Because yeah, I personally, I'm not a lawyer, so I would try to make contact there. Of course, it's really, really difficult because yeah, even if you call in the office, people sometimes don't know, oh, where's this document, or documents are lost. And you always think, yeah, it's a very professional and smooth situation, but yeah, it's not for us. For example, in Paraguay, I think they just lost some documents of us while we had to come back. So what I personally do, I just call regularly and ask, hey, how is it? Do you need something from me? What can I do? How is the progress going? Yeah, but if you say you have serious problems, of course, we would try to get you a lawyer or contacts to the embassy. Yeah, I can call the German embassy in Paraguay, for example, and ask them, hey, what's going on? What can I do? And in every other country, yeah.
Right, because some staff are corrupt and they, do
Yes.
unfairly and unfairly. They don't want to deal somebody if they don't like. if they
exactly
if they hate somebody personally, they just don't do. Even though the applicant they provide all the documents, they just personally ignore or unconcerned the application.
Yeah, that's a really good point, because yeah, I also experienced that in Paraguay, or with the Paraguayan embassy. I always was very, very friendly and was going quite fast, I would say. And other people, they didn't really get their documents, and yeah, they didn't even can go to Paraguay because yeah, they didn't have any documents or any feedback from the Paraguay embassy in Germany. So I think being friendly also is a very big point. Also, if you are in a police control, for example, or in a checkpoint, always be very friendly. Don't put pressure on them. Don't hurry them. Yeah, just be as friendly as possible. And yeah, for me personally, it always worked very good. And yeah, I know a lot of people which have been like a little bit try to be a little bit unfriendly because they thought, hey, I need to make a point here, but yeah, normally it backfires and you don't get anywhere. So very good point.
Especially for international organization or UN office located country like Swiss and US, they are also United Nations. So a lot of UN meeting participant or diplomat or delegate, sometimes they have a problem of visa. They want to say because the people just want to enter and they don't want to going back home. But they are hosting UN in their country. There will be a lot of delegate, even participant and diplomat. The thing is, whoever relevant to attend the meeting, whatever reason they have to be facilitated, right? According to UN agreement with the host, but they did not follow the agreement. Many the embassy, Swiss embassy or US embassy. So how can you counsel those things?
Yeah, I think a lot of problems are the lack of communication and also the lack of respect. I think especially people from Western countries, we always think like, oh, we go to the countries and we help them, and everybody wants to live like us. And these poor people in these poor countries, a little bit accelerate. But I think that's a big problem of Western society, that we always think we're on top of the world, but there are also people living in other countries. They are very happy. They like the way they live, and they want to live the way they live. And if you go there, you are a guest. You're not going there to educate them or to say, hey, you do have to live like you. You go to another country and you are a guest there. And it doesn't matter if you are an embassy member. It doesn't matter if you're a tourist. Doesn't matter if you are an NGO worker. You're always a guest in a country. So you have to make everything that you fit in. They don't have to run around you and say, hey, white man, welcome to the country. You have to fit in to this country. And I think a lot of people don't think about it if they go somewhere, because they think, I'm the tourist, I'm bringing in the money, I'm the one everybody looks up to because I'm from the Western country. But that's not the way it is. And it's really offensive to be like this. So if you go to a country, and it doesn't matter what you're doing there, you always have to stick to the political rules, to the cultural rules, and of course to the law in general. And just by communication and I think respecting these rules, you would make your life way easier to be in a foreign country. And that's also a lot what we try to teach, because I think these are the main problems which occur. Of course, there are also like law problems and just nature hazards or criminality, but I think that's you can just increase or decrease the level of hazards or of danger you have for yourself just by being a friendly, open-minded, respectful person. And we also try to teach that a lot in our training.
Once there was at the UN meeting, they raised the issue if the host country has so burden. And it's also very expensive in New York and Geneva for UN office. Yes. That's why people ask, why don't you move to cheaper place, to the very cheap country and easy, warmly welcome country? But they don't want to give up that to move the headquarters to other place. They are sticking, no, it cannot move. It should be here. And they are blocking people for UN meeting or issuing visas. Yes. So that is paradox.
Yes, because I think especially
there are many cheap countries and big territory they can host, and they can let them in, whoever relevant to attend UN meeting. I mean, nobody will going without UN without reason or without any ticket or without any purpose to. At least they have to approve some kind of a meeting. That's why they are going there. Without that, nobody are going. At least they should allow them, let them in, who are already approved by UN meeting. So, but the host country, they want to keep the headquarters in their place, but they don't want to let them in who are already approved by UN.
Yes. Yeah, I think it's a really unfair system. There are, I think, 190 something countries in the world, and only a few countries say, hey, that's what we're doing globally. And it's not a really fair system. And I think especially when we look at climate change, for example, it's not like the big UN countries which have problems with climate change. It always starts with the small countries and the poorer countries, and countries which maybe have already problems. And we should listen to them a lot more, and not only to countries which are already quite wealthy. So yeah, I think we should give smaller countries much more voice than they already, or that they don't have.
So in case of, embassy blocking communication, like no reply email, and they stop phone line, or they not let them talk with the concerned person like ambassador, is there alternative way to communicate with the relevant person?
Yeah, like I said, like I did it with Paraguay. I just called like once a week or something, and yeah, always was very nice. And just asked like, what is the progress right now? Are there any problems? Do you need something from me? And yeah, for me it worked quite good. If you say, okay, they're blocking me completely, you can try to get a lawyer. But of course, if they don't let you in, they don't let you in. And you have to try it again another time. But before that, I would try everything you could, for yourself. Just call, just be friendly, and if not, get a lawyer. And if they don't want to let you in, you can always try a neighbor country as well. If you say, okay, Switzerland doesn't let me in, you can try Germany, you can try Austria, you can try Liechtenstein, you can try Italy, France. I know a lot of people who come from other countries. I know a girl from Bolivia, for example. She wanted to fly to Europe, but Europe didn't let her in, so she flew to Turkey and tried again when she was in Turkey. Of course, we have EU, so of course they talk to each other because it's one community, but also it's a little bit different from country to country. So you can just try, and like this girl from Bolivia did, she wasn't allowed in the EU, but she was allowed in Turkey, and Turkey is close to the EU. So, and if you are in Turkey, or close to the EU, maybe you have different information. You also have a different status, maybe then. If you show, hey, I'm traveling and I'm doing good,